that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It's very true with Angel Reese's mom. Now, I don't like to go after people's parents unless they become a story of the sport. In this case, she's part of it.
Angel Reese's mom made headlines, and not because of a foul call. After Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping performance sent TV ratings soaring to record heights, Mama Reese took to social media in a full-court press of her own. But this wasn't your standard post-game handshake. The exchange quickly turned into a heated debate that left fans wondering, is this fierce sportsmanship or a glittering display of pettiness? When your daughter's rival becomes the face of the game, tensions rise, and the drama hits courtside like never before. Let's break it all down.
Goodness. This news will probably leave Angel Reese's mom in shambles at this point. Of course, she's upset.
Angel Reese's mom was not having it. And by not having it, we mean she went into full Olympic-level mental gymnastics trying to argue that her daughter, not Caitlin Clark, was the true queen of TV ratings. Never mind that the Nielsen numbers clearly showed Clark soaring to new heights, as if avenging every misspelled Starbucks cup with a record-breaking slam dunk. Reportedly donning a crown of LSU gear and clutching a "my daughter is better than yours" tote bag. Mama Reese appeared ready to file a complaint with whoever runs televised sports, or perhaps the universe itself.
Caitlin Clark, had almost 15,000 people in that arena, basically sold out at Carver. And she tweeted this.
Oh, that certain fan base looking in the stands celebrating attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championships, banners. We ain't the same. Different year, same haters. Have a great day. Well, aren't you the same hater of Caitlin Clark, living off her coattails?
I find this highly unnecessary. It sounds like hateration to me. And this is what I mean by insecurities. Insecurity is loud, confidence is quiet.
Because clearly, the only reason Angel Reese's preseason game didn't pull massive viewership was due to some elaborate, multi-layered, Illuminati-adjacent conspiracy aimed at silencing Baton Rouge royalty. At least, that's how Mama Reese framed it. Meanwhile, the rest of America? They barely blinked. The collective reaction was more like, wait, LSU's playing who again? Before flipping the channel to watch Caitlin Clark casually make defenders question their career choices in real time. It wasn't just a ratings gap, it was a spectacle mismatch. Think Firecracker versus Super Bowl grand finale. And while Reese's mom stormed onto social media like she was rallying a revolution, she quickly learned the village had already packed up and moved on to watch Clark drain threes from ranges that probably need NASA approval. Because, let's be honest,
she made a couple of comments a couple of days ago about people literally covering statistical data involving attendance. That's a problem. That's hate. We aren't the same. Okay, I don't know what to...
If we're handing out participation trophies for hype, Angel Reese would need a second trophy case just to hold the preseason buzz alone. ESPN could have broadcast her warm-up stretches on the Times Square Jumbotron, and her mom still might have accused Caitlin Clark of tampering with the lighting. There's delusion. And then there's that, how dare you not worship my daughter after she just airballed her fourth straight jumper kind of energy. Guess which one we're dealing with here?
Clark say something about Angel Reese's mom or anything Angel Reese related? Absolutely not. Why don't you just mind your own business and continue playing basketball and support your daughter, right? That's what you're supposed to do as a mother. Support your daughter and hope she does well in this league, right? Because you don't hear Caitlin Clark going after her, why is she at the Met Gala? Is really unnecessary and very petty of her, especially a grown-ass woman. But now I realize why Angel Reese the way she is. Because it's her...
Let's rewind to the preseason game in question. An event so underwhelming, even the popcorn vendors were dozing off between quarters. The crowd, a handful of family members, a few loyal friends, and one very confused guy who thought he'd accidentally wandered into a G League tryout. The energy was so flat, you could have balanced a water bottle mid-court and launched a new TikTok challenge. But don't tell that to Angel Reese's mom. To her, this wasn't just a game. It was the Super Bowl, the Oscars, and Beyoncé's Renaissance tour all rolled into one. And how dare America not treat it with the reverence it clearly deserved?
This was a preseason WNBA game. Do you understand what I mean? A preseason WNBA game. By the way, why the hell is the Paige Beckers and Angel Reese ratings from Ion Network Friday, why are they MIA right now?
Welcome to Reese's world, a magical realm where every fumbled ball gets a standing ovation and missed layups are all part of some grand, invisible strategy. In this universe, disappointing ratings don't exist, just misunderstood greatness. So when the numbers rolled in and it turned out a rerun of Antiques Roadshow had more viewers than Angel Reese's preseason game, Mama Reese didn't blink. She strapped on her metaphorical cape and dove headfirst into PR mode. And by PR, we mean a flurry of Instagram stories, cryptic tweets, and passive-aggressive declarations like, "Real queens don't need ratings to prove their worth." Which, honestly, is kind of adorable, if you ignore the fact that Caitlin Clark has been setting every sports broadcast on fire like she's auditioning for Game of Thrones. She's not just playing basketball, she's casting spells. All that's missing is a wand and a Hogwarts acceptance letter. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was busy redefining mid. But don't worry, her mom had theories. Oh, did she have theories? It wasn't that fans were tuning into Clark because she's electric, skilled, and occasionally defies the laws of physics. No. Clearly, it was a setup. Maybe the cameras were blurry during Reese's game. Yeah, that had to be it.
This pettiness, this insecurity, this bravado, this inflated ego. It stems from the mom, man. It was unnecessary dig. Like, okay, you're still living off of college. The national title is literally 2 years ago with LSU. We're going on year 3 in a couple months. Why are you still living off that? How about you tell your daughter to work on her jump shot, stop missing layups? She missed a layup in the last preseason game on a fast break.
Maybe, just maybe, there was a hidden algorithm buried deep within the servers of some shadowy streaming platform, tirelessly working 24/7 to suppress Angel Reese's game. Maybe Mercury was in retrograde, Venus was ghosting Mars, and LSU's uniforms weren't aligned with the chakra frequencies required to unlock national viewership. Perhaps the moon was just in a passive-aggressive mood and decided to mess with the Wi-Fi signal. Clearly, something cosmically nefarious had to be at play. Because it couldn't possibly be, "Stay with us here, actual viewer preference." That would be too logical, too boring, too painfully real, and let's just pause. No, seriously. Let's take a moment to appreciate the pure, unfiltered comedy of someone launching into a full-blown, Stage 5 meltdown over preseason numbers. Not the championship. Not the playoffs. Preseason. That's like throwing a tantrum because your garage band's first basement gig didn't outgross Taylor Swift's world tour. Or expecting your nephew's lemonade stand to outsell Starbucks because he used organic lemons. Bless your sweet, delusional heart.
Did not see. Right here. The Fever Brazil game came to 1.3 million viewers. 1.3 million viewers to an exhibition game. Not even a preseason game. An exhibition game. An exhibition game. An exhibition game. They came to an exhibition game. Or say they came to watch an exhibition game. That was a 60-point game, and Caitlin Clark checked out at the end of the third quarter. And it averaged 1.3 million viewers, which is absolutely crazy.
But here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark didn't just quietly win the ratings war. She incinerated the battlefield. She dropped the MIC on the smoldering remains, scrawled her initials in the ashes like a medieval warlord with a Sharpie, and casually turned the whole thing into a TikTok highlight reel. The narrative wasn't close. It wasn't even competitive. This was Clark's show, and everyone else? Just unwilling extras wondering why their camera time got mysteriously cut. Want to rewrite the script? You're going to need more than astrology charts and half-baked conspiracy theories. There's something uniquely hilarious about watching someone cling to a storyline while the scoreboard is flashing a completely different reality. Angel Reese's mom went from "this is just the beginning" to "this is a biased system orchestrated by Clark's PR team, ESPN, and maybe extraterrestrials faster than a fast break." This wasn't denial, it was performance art.
Did Clark say something about Angel Reese's mom or anything Angel Reese related? Absolutely not. Why don't you just mind your own business and continue playing basketball and support your daughter? Right? That's what you're supposed to do as a mother. Support your daughter and hope she does well in this league, right? Because you don't hear Caitlin Clark going after her, going, why is she at the Met Gala? You know? Is really unnecessary and very petty of her, especially her grown-ass woman. But now I realize why Angel Reese the way she is. Because it's her mom. This pettiness, this insecurity, this bravado, this inflated ego. It stems from the mom, man.